Mike Arnold, our guest this hour on the Wake Up Call, local area attorney. He was involved in the Bundy case, and we've been talking about that. I want to kind of change the subject for a second. So you've decided that you're going to be an author, huh? Look at you, Mr. Author.
Yeah, it turns out anybody can type on the computer.
Really?
Yeah.
Rob, did you know that?
I did not know this.
Wow. See, it's a good thing that we brought you in here. You've just potentially taught us a new useful skill.
Mind blown.
Everybody has a skill.
Yeah. And what you're writing about, or what you wrote, has to do with the Strebendt case.
Yeah, it's a book that co-counsel Emilia Gardner and I have been working on for about a year now. It's called Finishing Machine. It's the story of Gerald Strebendt, the case, a behind-the-scenes look at sort of small-town backroom court politics, self-defense, and how it relates to the Second Amendment. And also it's about sort of Gerald's journey through life and how he got to the place where he shot a man and then was accused of being a road rager. And, you know, what sort of background through Blackwater and being a Marine sniper, how that got him to that place where maybe it was inevitable that he got into a situation that got him in trouble. And then sort of the story of his redemption and how he's changed in prison and what the next steps are.
Do you think he should have gone to jail? I mean, and this is an unfair question to ask as defense attorney, because my expectation is the answer is going to be, well, no, he shouldn't have gone. But still, do you think that he should have gone to jail?
I think it was a good resolution that he purchased himself some insurance where he didn't have to go to trial and worry that the jury would get it wrong. I mean, it was a wise decision, and we didn't want him to take it, but it was risky going to trial because a jury could screw up. You get the things about these high-profile cases. You get what's called a stealth juror on there, which is someone who pretends to be unbiased and really they're a gun hater or they have some sort of agenda that they're going to do in the jury room. And so that's really hard on a limited budget to prepare for without jury consultants and everything else. So that's one thing that kind of led his decision. But no, I don't think the equities he should have gone to jail. You shouldn't have to go to jail because of past experiences where people have brought up stories about how you acted in the past. That's not what the criminal justice system's about. That's what the judge in that case and the DA wanted the case to be about, and I get it because they had no case without it.
So do you think he was justified then in shooting the guy that he shot?
Oh, absolutely. Yeah, there was a lot of things that he could have done differently to avoid the situation, and there were more things that the decedent could have done to avoid the situation. And at that moment, when he made his decisions the way he did, it was justifiable.
The man that died had been, at least according to everything that I had seen, he'd been drinking in advance of this particular event. When an autopsy was done, did anybody check his blood alcohol content?
Yeah, there was pretty high blood alcohol content. He also had
Was it above the legal limit to drive?
Yes. Yeah, it was above the legal limit.
And that's something that I'm assuming you would have brought up during the course of the trial.
Oh, yeah. That was a pretty big deal, that sometimes people make bad choices when they've been drinking and also when they have other substances in their blood, which, he did too.
You mentioned that the book is about, kind of this life journey of Gerald and his redemption in jail. How do you redeem yourself in jail?
Well, I mean, Gerald said a funny thing to me the other day. He said that, prison is an elite training camp. He's got an Olympic weight room, he's got a football-sized field, he's got a track, and he's got lots of reason to avoid contact with bad people. So he spends all his time gardening, and last summer fighting fires,
So he's doing some, not work release, but he's doing some actual out in the field work stuff.
And for a busy guy like him, it also allows him to be self-reflective, to think about his life and where he's going to be in the future and how he got there. And so for somebody that's introspective like Gerald, prison can be a good thing. I mean, I would never want to go to prison, but
right.
Have a couple of years to hang out and garden and have somebody feed me every day would certainly be better than being in Afghanistan in the military of Blackwater. I mean, like he was in Afghanistan with Blackwater, and I'm sure this is way more comfortable.
Yeah. What do you think he's going to do when he gets out? What's his? Because I mean, now he's got that mark on his record, and that's a pretty sizable mark if you're, trying to get a gig. Even if, according to Oregon law, you're not even supposed to consider that. Still.
Well, I mean, he's a convicted felon now, which means he'll be a bow hunter, and which isn't the end of the world. I mean, a lot of folks when they become felons, their biggest concern is not being able to hunt. And he's done all that. I mean, he's been a marksman, so he can go get a new hobby of bow hunting. So that's one thing not to worry about. But he's going to continue training jiu-jitsu. He's was in the UFC, he fought UFC 44, and he's training right now to go back and fight professionally. So he'll probably start out locally with the Midtown Throwdown that Ben Scoggins runs and start fighting there, and then quickly move to Cage Rage or whatever is next on the agenda. So, right. I mean, the book talks a lot about his fighting history, his training with 10th Planet Jiu-Jitsu, his relationship with Joe Rogan and Eddie Bravo and a lot of other people that are sort of higher-ups in the UFC community and how that shaped his life.
All right. What's the name of the book?
It's called Finishing Machine, and it'll be launched on Amazon in December, and it's on Goodreads right now, and you can just go to Versus Publishing, our publishing website, and check it out there.
Movie eventually?
What's that?
You can do a movie? You thinking about a movie down the...
Oh, yeah. That would be terrifying. I can only imagine who would have to play me.
Well, that was going to be the next question.
Hopefully someone better looking than real life.
Zach Galifianakis.
Yeah.
Plays Mike Arnold.
If I could only grow a beard.
Anyway, Mike, always a pleasure to have you in the studio. Thanks for coming in this morning, and have a great rest of your day.
All right. Thanks, gentlemen.
All right. Take care.
Finishing Machine is the upcoming book about UFC and Marine sniper veteran Gerald Strebendt's fight for his life. One fight was on a dark roadside, and the other fight was in the courtroom and in the court of public opinion. Finishing Machine is the story of a roadside shooting that gripped Eugene Springfield and shocked the national mixed martial arts community when Gerald Strebendt was charged with murder for shooting an unarmed man in the face and claiming self-defense. His attorneys Mike Arnold and Emilia Gardner give a behind-the-scenes account in this courtroom true crime thriller. A portion of proceeds go to Gerald Strebendt to assist with his post-prison transition. Gerald intends to return to training the jiu-jitsu community and to fight again professionally in 2017. Finishing Machine by Mike Arnold and Emilia Gardner, available in December through Versus Publishing and Amazon.com. To learn the book release date and for more information about Gerald's upcoming release from prison, text BOOK to 66866. Text BOOK to 66866. Get out your phones right now and text BOOK to 66866. Finishing Machine. Find out what really happened in December 2016.